Hi, how y'all doing today? Let me not be rude and not ask y'all how you're doing today. On today, I recording this on a Monday, so the day after the Super Bowl. And yes, I got revealed Giant Jigglypuff is closer to me. And I don't have a stitch on me. Wait a minute. Yay, it's here. I don't know how I was going to do this video. Because I think I just need to let it digest what I'm going to say. Because I was going to go real attractive against a lot of people talking about the Grammys. Also, I'm going to talk about the Super Bowl too. Because I mentioned it earlier. Let's get some stuff clear in the most music-educated way. And let's talk about how the process of the voting process happened with the Recording Academy, okay? For the Grammys, okay? Because there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of people are very quote-unquote disappointed because of Beyonce winning Album of the Year and Country Album of the Year. We gotta talk about this. If you don't know, we're gonna learn today. There is a voting process that happens that everybody in the Recording Academy gets X amount of votes. And they get to vote however they want. They also, too, are able to purchase more votes to get more votes in. However, this year was pretty different because the Grammy was righting a few wrongs that they were doing in the past years. And apparently people don't like that. People don't like people righting wrongs, correcting themselves from their mistakes, okay? We don't like that, apparently, in the world of America. Well, we're here to talk about that too, later on. However, since they did open it up for more people to come in at the Recording Academy, and maybe some people that aren't, maybe just a member from ASCAP and all that, I don't know. All I know is that they opened it up more to people to register. And the thing about it, that artists who are nominated, they go on campaigns for the Grammys, so that they do like private performances for some big name people, so that they able to like receive their votes and get the influence of people. That's how they do it. So they go around performing privately, not that kind of private. No, stop that. Stop thinking that. Just private performances that are open to the public that they perform for. Either for a birthday party or whatever. They're trying to get a vote. And trying not to burn people. Because apparently, righting wrong from the people you burn is bad too. We have an issue. We have some issues here, okay? So now that it is opened up for younger people to vote, as it should be, because they want longer people to retention. They want long retention and long-term members so that they're able to have their money, okay? Think about that. And so, yeah, that's how the voting process works. Going on the campaigns. Now, for the people who are nominated and didn't win, Album of the Year, they had some very heavy hitters. Because Birds of the Feather album, Chaperone's album, Sabrina's, Andre 3000, Beyonce, all of them have some really good hits. They have some hits. They were really good. And it's probably by discrepancy of 100 or so. That's how big of a discrepancy it could have been. Just by like, Beyonce could have won by a couple of hundred votes. You see that? You're thinking, you're seeing it, you're thinking it? There are some people who have been in the recording arts and all that stuff for a decade, talking about certain genres of music. I have to be honest with y'all. Genres they don't get completely destroyed. They either evolve or just go underground. For example, rock. Rock music was very popular. Also, popular pop cannot go down because pop music is just popular music of the time. So that is the thing. The genre of pop can change, where it can be a little bit of rock pop or country pop or hip hop pop or something block pop. Those can change up because it's popular music. Okay, All right, I think they got it. I think you got it. I have to get there. Okay. So now that we have that movie or stuff, now there were some people that were talking about how rock music haven't gotten no traction recently years and all of that. I have to say this: rock kind of shot themselves in the foot with some of the controversial things, from people questioning of what amp they use, what pedals, and all that stuff. Yes, people are curious of like, what are you using on your pedal board or how they make their sounds. That is a completely curiosity. But saying that you're not going to listen to this group because they're too popular or they use certain type of instruments, it's going to a little bit degrade some fans to veer away from like, okay, this is kind of toxic, there's some little red flags happening. And then the whole rock and metal separation movement that was happening because people didn't want to associate rock with metal. Well, metal didn't want to associate with themselves with rock, even though it's like a subcategory now. It wanted to be a big category, but they could sustain it because they lost a lot of their flavors. And like not allowing other people of color and women to actually have some really quality. Because let's be honest, there were some women in metal and rock that were killing it in the game. And people complain about like, it's women dominated. But it's just like, okay, then get some good qualities. Quality doesn't diminish. Alright, y'all? Again, that. So if y'all want some more male artists to have some more traction, give them hype up, give them some listening time, screaming time, get some merch, get them popular. Oh wait, because popularity is bad. Y'all got it in a way that just because the person's popular, they're bad, which is gray. And there's some stuff that were justifiable against like certain brands. For example, Gibson was having a poor quality control. And someone who worked in a music store getting Gibson products, there will be some times that you have the headstock looking back at you while you're tuning it. That was a quality control that needed to be addressed. And guess what? Gibson decided to like, okay, we got rid of this person, so we're gonna make it better quality music. So those things are justifiable because you are paying a lot of money for a Gibson guitar. And yeah, and having poor quality of like your neck is doing crunch, look like he's about to binge up crunch. It's justifiable, all right? Because you paid a lot of money for low quality control. We're about to go into a rabbit hole, a little bit of rabbit hole conspiracy, okay? So bear with me on this one because we're going to talk about the Super Bowl and the music. Now, shout out to Trombone Shouty, Lauren Daigle, and John Batiste. They gave out some really good quality music. They emphasized on how to make their music. They arranged it to sound like something out of New Orleans. And it sounded really good. John Batiste did his arrangement of the national anthem. Quality, pure quality. They deserve all of the roses for everything that they did. They were pure quality. And yes, there were some people who were very anti-Lauren Daigle because she liked this certain music and the conservative Christian nationalism weren't liking that and they called her satanic. And John Batiste, oh my gosh. Yeah, I am the truth. I like this music. Thank you for the quality. Now to my conspiracy hole. Now people wanted to complain that Lil Wayne should have been there. Well, I'm gonna be in hindsight mode, okay? If Wayne actually congratulated Kendrick Lamar for getting the halftime show performance, I think that he would have been invited as a guest to perform with them. Because if you didn't know, Kendrick Lamar was a huge fan of Lil Wayne. They could have made a nice collaboration and performed a really phenomenal performance. But that didn't happen. Talked it, and then Whack Out Murals came out, which was really phenomenal too, because that was the first song that was played, was Whack Out Murals, the opening. I don't want a villain like Kendrick Lamar. I want to be that villain. I want to be somebody villain like that. Now, conspiracy theory time. I watched the Super Bowl and a halftime show on cable TV. So it was on Fox. It was weird because when I was watching it with my family, my dad was like, I can't hear what he's saying. I was thinking like, oh, wait a minute. So I started moving around the room and I couldn't hear what he was saying for real either. And so was my older sister, my mom. They were hearing the same thing. It wasn't until they got closer to SZA, because she was able to hear Samuel L. Jackson really well, but for some reason that it was really low. Kendrick Lamar microphone was really low. I didn't think anything of it. I was thinking like, okay, probably something in the system, the EQ, that the surround sound was acting up real bad, because it was a lot of bass heavy. It wasn't until I went on social media to be like, people were talking negative about it, meaning that they either watched it on cable or on Tubi. And Tubi was the same way, because this morning I got a text from my friend saying like, hey, did you watch the Super Bowl? And I couldn't hear anything what Kendrick Lamar was saying. And they was confused, like, you don't know if he was rapping too fast or anything like that, but it was confusing. So it got me doing some thinking. So last night I was on TikTok, you know, the TikTok that people hate, and the NFL account showed up, which I don't follow. They have clips of Kendrick Lamar halftime show, and you could hear him night and day. You could clearly hear Kendrick Lamar speaking and rapping and singing. And Kendrick Lamar is not a fast singer or rapper, but he does have like quick moments, just like in Humble. Nobody labeled me. That was fast. But when he started rapping, you could hear what he's saying. He make it clear as day. He's not a mumble rapper or anything like that. I went back onto Apple Music. I'm so happy that I got back to Apple Music, because I am not liking the quality. Anyway, so I listened to it on Apple Music because Apple Music was the one to sponsor the halftime show. And I listened to the entire thing. Clear as day. Everything level was precise, quality. And I had to tell my friend this, that in my conspiracy theory that Fox intentionally lowered the mix on Kendrick Lamar's microphone so that it couldn't be heard. This is the only time that my conspiracy theory go into play. I was on cable. I didn't know where my friend was watching it or streaming it. So happily, he was streaming it on Tubi, and it was the same thing. So they were mirroring each other. Y'all getting it, right? Now see where I'm coming from? Fox intentionally lowered Kendrick Lamar's volume so that his audio wasn't being really heard, because he was saying some revolutionary stuff, which are in favor for some people. And Kendrick Lamar is a smart guy. He knows what to do. He knows how to not find out. So even on like parts of any cussing or anything like that, he knew where to not say those words. He knew. He knew where not to cuss. He knew not to say other controversial things that would get them fined. He was smart about it. I think the only thing that got slipped was Samuel L. Jackson saying damn. That was the only cussing word that I have heard in the whole performance. And y'all should know, sometimes curse words just come out of Samuel L. Jackson's mouth. He can't control it sometimes. We respect him. We respect him. But it was a conspiracy to not have his audio quality lowered. Because if you go listen to it on YouTube, on the NFL channel, you're able to hear everything what Kendrick Lamar was saying. I'm just gonna end it like that. Give me some corrections. Can you correct anything that I said? I'd like to know. Or do you want to add on to anything like I said in the comments down below? You like that? And I'll see y'all next time. It was a nice public service announcement, talking, PSA, everything. And now I gotta go edit this video.
Okay, great. I am so happy that you actually got my message, because hopefully that some of y'all didn't get it. That's a good thing that you're listening to the end of this voiceover. So there are some things that I did not mention. The main reason why there was a lot of negative comments about the halftime show. And I thought it would be common sense to majority of the people who talk really, really harshly about it now. And we know the reason why. And the reason why I wanted to address this part, because there were a few people who are not in the hip hop community or really had some trouble of understanding of what Kendrick Lamar was saying in the technical side. I had to address it out because there were some people that I have talked to, and today is Wednesday, so I had to finish this video before Thursday. And they were saying, like, you know, it sounded like he was muffled. Kendrick Lamar sounded muffled, and it was very low to hear him. So this is why I said what I said in the video and did not address everything else, because you already know. Now, some other people say it's just not my cup of tea, or couldn't understand, but it's okay. They're not a fan of Kendrick Lamar, okay? They don't get a quote-unquote, but if they find out, look up understanding, cool, on them. Congratulations, you're increasing your common sense. But for the really, really negative comments of the harshness, we know the reason why. Okay, now I gotta go finish this edit. Thank you for getting this point in the end.